Welcome to a journey beyond the viral myth. In today's deep dive guide, we'll uncover the shocking truth behind those viral claims that Nietzsche revealed 18 psychological truths to read anyone instantly. But did Nietzsche really hand us a secret cheat code for reading people? Or is there a far deeper, more fascinating lesson hidden in his philosophy? Stay with me as we peel back the layers and explore how Nietzsche truly understood human nature, and how his wisdom can transform your own powers of insight. Have you ever wished you could see through people's masks and instantly know what they're really thinking? Social media feeds are flooded with claims about secret psychological tricks to read anyone on sight, especially with Nietzsche's name stamped on them. But here's the twist. What if the very idea of reading people instantly misses the real lesson Nietzsche left us? Today, we set aside the viral shortcuts and start with a question. Why are these quick-fix methods so alluring, and does Nietzsche's philosophy support them at all? Buckle up. The reality is far more challenging and far more rewarding than you might think. Let's start by facing the myth directly. Let's rewind to those viral YouTube videos claiming Nietzsche laid out 18 truths to instantly read people. Here's the catch. Go through any of Nietzsche's works. There's no such list to be found. So why does this myth endure? Because we all crave clarity in a chaotic world. The idea that we might unlock perfect insight appeals to our deepest insecurities. What Nietzsche did write about, though, was much more complex. Masks, self-deception, and the shadows within us all. This isn't about exposing others for sport. Nietzsche pushes us to question everything, even our need for neat psychological formulas. So what does Nietzsche actually say about masks? He believed we all wear them, not just to hide from others, but often to avoid facing our own truths. These masks aren't physical. They're built from habits, fears, social pressures, and even language itself. Instead of handing us a secret decoder ring, Nietzsche invites us to explore why these masks exist and what's at stake if we pull them off. The question shifts. Not how do I see through someone else, but what do these masks reveal about me, about us? The real drama lies beneath. Let's talk about self-deception. Nietzsche argued that the greatest lies we tell are often to ourselves. Why? Because facing the whole truth about our desires, our contradictions, even our so-called virtues, is frightening. Social niceties, polite banter, even our most passionate moral claims can conceal motives we'd rather ignore. But Nietzsche doesn't condemn us for this. He sees self-deception as deeply human. It isn't a flaw to uproot overnight. It's a mystery to investigate, one step at a time. But what about those claims that you can spot unconscious motives just by watching for tiny behavioral cracks? Nietzsche viewed human drives as fluid, layered, and often conflicting. The child's pain, the instinct to belong, the urge for power or safety, they intertwine in ways no simple checklist could reveal. The truth is, even the sharpest observer can't decode another's heart at a glance. Nietzsche asks us to slow down, to become curious, to let go of easy judgments. Instant insight is a myth. Patience and nuance are real power. Now, why do we want formulas in the first place? Social survival. In a world where trust is rare and stakes are high, it's appealing to think there's a system for reading minds. Nietzsche gets this impulse, but he also warns that rigid rules lull us into false security. True understanding requires uncertainty and the humility to admit we only ever see a slice of someone's reality. Life is more improvisational jazz than sheet music. If you want to understand others, first accept how little you truly know. Here's where things get deep. Nietzsche's approach to human nature emphasizes instinct, emotion, and conscience, not just rational analysis. He didn't segment people into types to be categorized, but studied how unspoken fears, unfulfilled drives, and cultural pressures shape us all. When we judge others quickly, we miss the story written beneath their surface. The trick, Nietzsche argues, isn't to be a perfect lie detector, but to notice the unseen currents shaping each person's unique journey. Nietzsche was skeptical of moral certainties. He thought any claim to know someone completely, instantly, was a distortion. Why? Because people are always becoming. Our characters change, not just with time, but from moment to moment, shaped by pain, joy, ambition, regret. The flaw in viral life hack videos is pretending people are puzzles with static solutions. Nietzsche encouraged us to see the fluid, ever-evolving nature of being. Are you ready to let go of certainty and step into the creative mess? By questioning formulas, Nietzsche unlocks the idea of perspectivism. Truth isn't a single, sharp spotlight. It's a web of overlapping perspectives. To understand someone, or yourself, you need to ask, whose vantage point are you standing on? Nothing is as simple as it first appears. The daring move is to practice empathy for experiences radically different than your own. It's here, in the tension between perspectives, that genuine insight lives. Let's not forget, a big part of Nietzsche's project is relentless self-reflection. Instead of focusing on catching others out, he dares us to hold up the mirror to our own hidden motives. Are you wearing a mask right now? What shadowy drives shape the way you see others? The braver task is exploring your own depths with curiosity instead of shame. As you wrestle with your contradictions, you'll find more patience and even compassion for the strange dramas playing out in others. But where does this leave us if there's no cheat code? With the radical idea that understanding takes time, vulnerability, and a willingness to be wrong. Nietzsche points to the messiness of life as the greatest teacher. Judgment, after all, is easy, but resonance and connection come from risking your own story, not cracking someone else's. If you want to transform your insight, practice curiosity in action. Not all questions have quick answers, and that's the point. What about the so-called cracks everyone talks about, the little slips, habits, and tells people supposedly reveal? Nietzsche would say, these are more interesting not as clues to hidden guilt, but signs of our real, imperfect humanity. Maybe the cracks aren't to be exploited, but to be recognized in ourselves, too. What if vulnerability is a source of connection, not merely a target for manipulation? The challenge is to meet people where their cracks are, with patience. If you want authentic insight into Nietzsche's thinking, there's no substitute for reading his actual works. Texts like The Gay Science, Beyond Good and Evil, and On the Genealogy of Morality don't give you social hacks. They offer a lifelong guide for exploring what matters: value, struggle, conscience, transformation. You might not finish these books with tidy answers, but you'll start to think with a sharpness and humility that social media shortcuts can't match. In the end, Nietzsche offers much more than a life hack for reading people. His philosophy challenges you to be bolder, more honest, more curious about yourself and everyone you meet. There's no formula, only the lifelong practice of engaging with the beautiful and tragic complexity of human nature. If you're ready to step beyond the surface, Nietzsche's wisdom will reward you, not with cheap tricks, but with real insight. Embrace the mess. Thank you for coming on this exploration. Let the journey into yourself and others continue. Thanks for joining me as we uncovered what Nietzsche really taught about understanding human nature. If you're ready to look beyond the surface, reflect on your own motivations, and embrace the complexity of people, including yourself, remember, insight takes courage, not shortcuts. Share your thoughts or your favorite Nietzsche idea in the comments, and subscribe for more philosophical deep dives every week. Until next time, keep searching beneath the masks.